Hey, what's up, guys? We will be getting started in just a second. Need to look up something really fast. Yep. All right. Perfect. Okay. Come back to that. That's exciting. All right. What's going on, everybody? It's Rob Garcia, the Warrior Strategist, and it is a fantastic Monday evening. I'm broadcasting a little later than I usually do. It's been a pretty cool day. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Nice time to recharge and to unwind and kick back. We'll be talking about a couple things tonight. But as always, Rob the Word Strategist is brought to you by Shift Advanced Life Design Magazine. You can read it for free at shiftlifedesign.com. The very handsome Sean Kanan, Cobra Kai, is gracing this cover. All right. The first thing I'm going to talk about is something that I kind of discovered when I was writing my new book. And this will help a lot of people. Essentially, with any high-performance person, they fall into one of four categories, and sometimes more than one. And people don't always understand these categories. And as I was writing this chapter, I was like, holy shit, I just isolated a giant gaping hole in my business model. The four quadrants, if you will, are expert, entrepreneur, celebrity, and influencer. And in my own business model as a PR strategist, I take people from expert to highly visible industry celebrity. Okay. And when I'm writing this chapter and I'm looking at these four quadrants, I'm like, my God, there are so many instances in life where somebody has been the epitome of one of these definitions. And because they didn't have a skill set in one of the other quadrants, it cost them dearly. And maybe it cost them money. Maybe it cost them, sales. It cost them opportunities, whatever. And let me give you an example of why this is important. If you're an expert at something and you have no visibility, you're not going to get sales. You're going to be fighting other experts for market share. You're going to be priced out by people working cheaper than you. If you're a celebrity and you have no entrepreneurial skills, you're going to get took for a lot of money, or your business ventures might just die instantly. I just had a perfect example pop into my head, but the very first one was Tom Brady. Tom Brady's a celebrity, and him and his wife invested in FTX crypto and lost $50 million. If they'd have had an expert or somebody that was a lot more business-minded that could have analyzed this company, analyzed this deal, they wouldn't have lost that money. You look at what's his name, that goofball, his last name's Ball. He had those kids, Lamelo and I think his name was Lonzo Ball. The guy that came up with those god-awful shoes called Big Baller. Here's an example of a person that has a little bit of celebrity because they're in the news all the time. All his kids are like actually really good athletes. He's like a former athlete. But his business acumen sucked, and he didn't have any entrepreneurial skills. And his shoe line failed, and his clothing line failed, and everything he did failed except getting his kids athletic scholarships. So this is an example of where you have one skill set that's developed, but you don't have the necessary qualifications of a different skill set that can help you to grow. Okay. So a different case, different quadrant, there was an influencer, a female influencer with 1.5 million followers. And when it came down to it, she couldn't even sell 20 t-shirts with 1.5 million followers. Why is this? Because she didn't have any entrepreneurial skills. She didn't have any expert skills. She's a friggin' influencer. And then it comes to terms that she bought most of her followers. So they were all bots. They weren't people she had a connection with. and this is why she couldn't move any product. So the point is, if you're in one of these 4 categories, you're an expert in something, you probably need some celebrity. This means get on TV. Or if you need some influence, start creating content, build a following. If you're an expert, you definitely need some celebrity, and you definitely need visibility. If you're an entrepreneur, you might have amazing business skills, amazing business sense. You might have a great business venture. But if nobody's looking at what you're doing, then you're going to be dead in the water. So it's important that you figure out who you are, and then you start seeing if this theory can help you. So I'm an expert. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a tiny bit of a celebrity. I've been interviewed a lot, and I'm not even a micro influencer. Like I have, my followings are really, really small on socials. The only real definition, Fit Vibes and Don Gigi, the only real definition of an influencer is they have a social media following. They don't even necessarily have to be famous. They don't necessarily have to have media interviews. An influencer just has a social media following, and it's usually from their looks or from posting shocking content. Being an influencer really takes no developed skill set at all. And I'm not knocking them too bad. I think most of them are pretty worthless. I'll tell you that. Like, that's a pretty common opinion. It's nothing earth-shattering. But the one thing we can learn from influencers is that consistent video creation, interacting with the audience, being seen on a couple of platforms, that's how you organically grow a following. And I feel like more entrepreneurs and experts can learn from the influencer model. And I feel like if you're an influencer and all you're doing is creating content all day long, but you're not cashing in on it because you don't know anything about business, it's up to you to borrow from the entrepreneurial quadrant. And I hope this is making sense. It doesn't sound like I took mushrooms or something. But understand, guys, there are 4 boxes. And I feel like nearly everybody in my world anyway is one of those boxes, maybe 2. But if they don't have one of the other boxes, they're never going to maximize who they are. An influencer with very strong business sense is deadly. And I hate to use this example, but Logan and Jake Paul. I think they're both dumb as cat shit, but they're both celebrities, and both of them have business ventures that are actually doing pretty well. An expert that is really, really, really good at something, but also gets a lot of interviews, they're unstoppable. They usually become consultants. A celebrity that has entrepreneurial, people in their corner usually will do pretty well. Look at Shaq. Shaq's greatest successes after basketball were just being an entrepreneur. He just bought a lot of businesses and ran them and became a genius level operations manager. So start thinking about how you can borrow from the other quadrants, and you either teach yourself or you hire someone. That's the only way you can grow, like, pretty quick. And so by writing this stuff and looking at this in the 4 quadrant theory, I've really seen, okay, what does Rob need to do to grow? I've gotten a lot of interviews. It's time to get on TV again. It's time to present myself as an even bigger, force, presence, whatever. But as I solidify this 4 quadrant theory, I'll be sharing it with you guys sometimes and just teaching you, hey, if you're an expert, are you bringing in some influencer theory? If you're a celebrity, are you bringing in some entrepreneur theory to help you to maintain your celebrity status? Are you developing income streams? Are you, cashing in on your public persona? Stuff's important. All right, so that was the first part. Let's see. I had a couple of announcements. We do have Sean Keenan going to the American Film Market pretty soon in LA. He's going to be shopping out and promoting his new film, Body Man. If you haven't heard about Body Man, trailer just dropped. It's pretty cool. You can Google it. But Body Man's an action film, an indie that Sean created. It's got Tom Arnold and Martin Kove. Sean stars as a senator. Kate Monroe, Jocelyn Monroe, and Jonathan Shake. But it's a pretty good movie. I've seen the trailer. It's awesome. I am heavily involved in this project, so I hope it does really well at AFM. So good luck, Sean. You and Michelle did an amazing job at this. Michelle directed it. Sean and Michelle wrote the screenplay together, and then Sean also starred in it. And I got to actually check it out in LA and be on set, and I'm in some background shots, which is a lot of fun. What's going on, Mike Dolbo? Good to see you. All right, what else? I did have a client win this week. I had a newspaper reach out wanting to interview one of my clients, which is awesome. So we're following up on that. And current projects in the queue. I'm working on the Tax CEQ book about how to become a business celebrity. I'm working on Shift Magazine soon, and I'm about to unveil for a client Blue Collar Hot Rodder magazine for Ted Fox. And it's going to be great for people that are into performance cars and things like that. Did attend a red carpet the other night. Congratulations, Chris Soriano. I went and saw your movie, Red Light Teachers, and it was fascinating. Chris did a great job directing it. The cast was there. I got to meet everybody in the cast. Thanks, Heather Hilton, for inviting me. Red Light Teachers is about a Filipino immigrant who comes here. She goes to live with a strict relative. She has to get a job really, really quick. So she lies to her uncle and gets a job as a stripper. It touches on familial shaming, immigrant culture, and the pressure of trying to survive and get a good job, trying to better yourself in a time of desperation. I will say Red Light Teachers is a phenomenal movie. Chris Soriano did a great job. He starred in it too. And it was an experience. I'll tell you that. It was an experience because Chris's family was there. I got to meet them. That was really cool. But just talking to the cast members and seeing all these people in this movie and then having them right there in the front row and being able to ask them questions and stuff, it was a phenomenal movie. And it was a great experience. We had the red carpet. I made a bunch of new friends. Heather Hilton, thank you so much for inviting me. We were doing our best to just make this happen. And congratulations to Chris and the rest of the cast. I had such a good time. I can't wait to see this again. But yeah, Mark Dudek, it was a spectacular movie. It was so good for an indie. Good dialogue, good writing, good plot advancement. There were no boring parts. It was just a good flow, and you really felt sorry for the main character. Like you really wanted her to win. And she was such a likable, lovable person. And she was just going through a tough spot and had to do what she had to do while she was trying to become a teacher's aide. And it was just cool because the protagonist, like the uncle, the strict uncle she went to live with, no matter what she did, it wasn't good enough for him because he was an immigrant. And he had his own moment of self-reflection that was fascinating. But anyway, yeah, if you get a chance, Google it, look it up. It's called Red Light Teachers by Chris Soriano. What a spectacular movie. And I was really glad to be able to go see it at the launch party in downtown San Diego. I had a great time. Really just made me think about a lot of things, and it was nice to just get out and meet a lot of new friends. But great job, Chris. Definitely give you props for that one. Okay. I think that covers everything for Monday. One final thing. If you're in San Diego, be sure and check out the Digital Marketing Summit. James Hickey is at it again. Digital Marketing Summit this Thursday, the 13th, 4 to 8 p.m. He's going to have Chris Martinez from Bloomberg Partners, Sarah Ratzak from Voxy Agent AI, and it is a spectacular AI company. I had a call with Sarah, and I was learning about what she does, and brilliant woman. David E. Sal from ClickTrack Marketing, Joe Fear from AI Build Team, Deb Cole from founder of AI Chillify. This is going to be a lot of AI stuff. That's awesome. I need to learn more. But yeah, you can check it out at San Diego networkingevents.com. If you are in Southern California or San Diego, you want to check this out. James Hickey always has the best experts. I was a guest speaker at the last one. I had a blast. Thank you, James. And if you guys get a chance, just check out the Digital Marketing Summit. It's at Park and Market on the 3rd floor, 1100 Market Street in the East Village, downtown San Diego. And I just found out that we are having catering from Micho's Lebanese Grill. So even if digital marketing is not your thing, come to the event and eat some of the best Lebanese food in San Diego. 1459 University Avenue, Micho's Lebanese Grill, one of my favorite places. I just ate a beef gyro today that was better than a first divorce. It was incredible. Mike and Jim, you are so good at what you do. All right. That about covers everything. Just wanted to say what's up to everybody. Donnell Johns. Wow. Rock star in the house. What's up, brother? All right. I want to thank everybody on TikTok for checking this out. Be sure to check out the Digital Marketing Summit this Thursday in downtown San Diego. Everyone on Facebook. I love you guys. LinkedIn. As always, stay famous. This is Rob Garcia, the Warrior Strategist, and I will see you next time. Take care.